But maybe we should follow up on the blues before we follow up on the rhythm.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to do much with the rhythm changes this week. I focused mostly on getting that timing in the blues.
Yeah, okay, good.
And I'd like to have some more time to work on the rhythm changes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm gonna go through the framework first, just get it in my head, that timing, and then I'll...
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good, it's really going well. Turn off the play along and play another chorus or two without it now.
Okay.
And let's see if we hear blues. We will, because you're playing it pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, you're hugging those notes pretty close, but it's sounding definitely like the blues. It sounds good. Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried my best to simplify it.
Yeah.
Just to focus on timing.
Yeah, no, it's good, and your time's so much better than it was last week.
Ugh.
You're nailing things on time. Sometimes, though, to nail on time, you're doing things like this.
Yeah,
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
I know.
Oh, I forgot to take out the key leaves here. Can't get a D natural or a G natural. You do things like that to make sure that you come on time, but that's okay for
Yeah.
now. That's all right. You know, so
Yeah, I need to be a little bit more creative with. Yeah.
you could put more stuff in there and still come out just right on it.
Right.
One of the
Yeah.
best ways to do that is with the bebop scale.
Okay.
We haven't done a lot with the bebop scale, but I do have you doing the bebop scale on the bridge of the rhythm changes, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We've actually done it in this key, right? Yeah, because this is the fourth chord in the bridge.
Right.
Try it with a bebop scale. Just play the bebop scale on D.
Okay. Let me just make sure I'm doing it right.
Oh, remember, there's a C sharp and a C natural. That's what makes it a bebop scale.
Oh.
Yeah, the
And then just
bebop
down the scale, right?
The bebop scale, yeah, is basically the Mixolydian scale, but you're adding the major 7 as a passing tone. So now you have a major 7 and a flat 7. The rest of it's just like the major scale or the Mixolydian scale.
Right.
But it's Mixolydian, though, because we're on dominant.
Okay. Just
When you get to the bottom, do it again. D, C sharp, C natural.
Okay.
Yeah. So now would you come out on that B?
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that. So when I went back to the F sharp up to the root, up to D. So let's say you're coming to the bebop scale. Sorry, that wasn't timed very well. Let me do it again. That was totally screwed up. Sorry. I'll get you a better one. That was a good one there.
Okay.
Brought me right on it. But to do that, I didn't use the extra note at the bottom.
Okay.
There's a certain intuition that you will build up after a little bit where you say, I need the extra note to make it come out. Or in a different situation, I've got that where if I did the C sharp, I'd come out with the C natural on the G7.
Right.
Wrong place. But let's say I'm coming and I've got one more note I need before I play the B. If I go, I could do that. I could play it slightly early and tie it across the bar line. Or I'm putting the C above the B, and then I go to A sharp below the B. I've got a half step above, half step below.
Right.
That's what we call an enclosure.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
sorry, I'm not playing too well this morning. Another way where I held the C, but I didn't repeat it several times.
Right.
Instead of
Yeah.
you can even do this.
Okay.
I think in classical music they call that an escape tone. We're about resolution, but we escape it by going up, and then we come back to the resolution. What you're still hearing is, but maybe I don't play. Maybe those notes are not actually adjacent.
Right.
I got a note in between.
Yeah.
2 notes in between. But it's still got at the basis of it. You still hear it that way.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
It's just sort of a decoration of the resolution in a way.
Right. Yeah.
So you could try to do things like that, where you still come out right on time, but not by just treading water.
Yeah.
Until you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it's going well. Let's do it one more time without the track. Yeah.
Without the track?
Yeah.
Okay. I keep starting. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I keep starting the same way, but I mean,
Sorry.
yes, it's
For now, it's okay.
okay. 1, 2. Wait.
Okay. Turn around. It works.
Yeah.
But now let's see if we can get a little more in there. Nah. Where you just put a couple of more notes in around it, you know.
Right.
You'll have your guide tones. I'm sorry, I played it in G.
Okay.
Stuff like that, where it's just a little more ornamented.
Right. Let me try that.
You don't have to play the D sharp. You played the C instead, and that works.
Okay.
I mean, what you were onto a thing, an idea that could work. You could also do it this way.
Okay. Was that?
I'm just going down the diminished chord.
Okay.
Get to the D. Baby, roba D, bo down and C sharp.
So,
Well, we don't have that much time. We only got 2 counts, so. No, I did. So I'm going E. E. sharp. You don't have time for the D sharp. That's what 3 out.
okay.
E, B, D natural, B, C sharp. It's the D to C sharp we're trying to get to in there, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you just straight down to the resolution, F sharp.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm turning things down a little bit.
Right.
You just sit there and just fool around with how many different ways can I play those two bars?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is exactly what I'm hoping you'll do with the rhythm changes. That's really the next step.
Okay.
Because in the rhythm changes, you have this, you have the framework of, right?
Right.
We just took those two bars. How many ways can we do those two bars?
Right.
Now, we've talked, I think, before that there's 4 different ways that you can easily get variation out of this, right? What are the 4 ways?
Variation. Rhythm.
Change the rhythms? Okay.
Yeah, change the rhythms. The other way is oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Is one of them would be what's it called? Substitutions?
I think you're trying to say alteration.
Alterations, yes, that is the word I'm looking for.
Bring on the dominance, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other way, direction.
Direction, yes, that's the one.
And using a different part of the range of the horn or more of the range of the horn.
Yeah.
Yes. Those all can help. Well, then let's just take direction to start with. I would start with that.
Okay.
What can I do with direction? Okay, what is the framework? We did up, up, down, up. Down, up, up, down, up, right?
Right.
Okay, well, what else do we do? What if we went up, down, up, down? What if we went down, up, up, down, up, down? Let's say up, up, yeah.
Okay.
How many different directional things could you get out of 4 chords and 2 measures?
4. There's a math equation, but I don't know.
Yeah. I asked one student that, and he said, "I think 64." But then one of my math whiz students came in, and he said, "No, it's 16."
4 times 4, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So you got 2 directions. You got 4 chords, but anyway, the what do you call those permutations?
Yeah,
permutations that are possible are a 16. So you can actually sit down and map out all 16 ways on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
First, you could start with the one we've been using as the framework: up, up, down, up. Then you can say, okay, now I'm going to go up, 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 down. I'm going to go up, down, Let's see, let's go down, up, down, up. How about down, 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 up, down, up, up, down. I don't think we did that one yet, but you'd have to put it on paper to remember for sure if you did it or not before. But
right.
If you could figure out all 16 ways that you could change the directions, and then sit there and practice that.
Okay, that sounds really fun, actually.
And it really gives you a lot of chops for the kind of thing that we're trying to do with the turnaround here, because the turnaround is nearly the same thing as these first 2 measures of the rhythm changes.
Yeah.
The turnaround on the blues, nearly the same as these.
Right.
So, I'd like you to get the whole framework, and then, like I said last time, do it until you're sick of it.
Okay.
But then the next step after that is what we've been trying to do with these last 2 measures on the blues, is how many different ways can you play this thing?
Right.
And I would start with direction. Then I would say, okay, what if I used more range? And so you might have to do some of those directional things.
Right.
But let's say I still go up, up, but instead of going up, up this way, I go up, up this way.
Okay. Right.
It always 12 over at least one note over the bar line, right? You know how you're going to get out of it to the next chord.
Right.
Yeah. And you could also do stuff like, okay, I'm going to play down, 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 up. What if I play down, 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 and then I've got to start high, say.
Right. Right.
So the second thing I would use is more range of the horn, so that your directional things not only change direction, but they also yield different results in terms of the registers that you're using.
Right. Right.
That'd be the second way. And the third way would be to change up the rhythm. So now, I think we had this discussion a while back a little bit, but how many different ways can you play 4 notes in 2 beats? Now see, the first way we're using is 4 eighth notes in 2 beats. Okay, what else could I do with that?
You could go ba ba da da. You could add it.
So a quarter and a triplet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I could do an 8th rest and an 8th note in a triplet. Ba-da-da-da.
Right.
I could do rest, da-da-da-da-da, 4 16th notes. So I'm playing double time on it. Rest.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of different...
Yeah, and you probably find a few more ways, but that gets you started. And then after a little while, you say, what if I didn't play all 4 notes? How many ways can I play 3 notes?
Right.
So let's say instead of going, maybe I'm just going. So I did a quarter and 2 eighth notes. Ba da bu da. Well, I could also do a quarter and triplet. Ba da da da. I could do an 8th quarter 8th syncopation. Ba da bu da.
Yeah.
I could do rest. Ba da da da. Triplet.
Right.
Rest triplet. I mean, again, you can sit down and map this out on a piece of paper. How many different rhythms can I do if I only do 3 notes? Okay, how many different rhythms can I do if I do 2 notes?
Right.
So, rest. Rest. 2 and da ba da ba da. Just do rest and then 2 and. I could go dot dot dee ba doo da ba da. 2 quarter notes. I could go 2 syncopated quarter notes. Bop 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 bop. In other words, I'm playing both those. So it's not a quarter note anymore, but I'm playing. It's more like playing 8th rest, 8th note, 8th rest, 8th note.
Right.
You know, and we got the
Yeah.
a lot of things you can do. Another one of my favorites on the 2 notes would be playing a dotted quarter and then an 8th note, which is actually built into the framework for this.
Okay.
No, that's not how we did it. That was a dotted quarter, take a breath, and an 8th note to lead me on.
Yeah.
So we built into the framework a little example of that right there. It's a dotted quarter and then an 8th, and you got a chance to take a breath.
Right. Yeah.
That always works good.
Yeah.
Then you say, okay, what if I did 1 note? You know,
Right.
be a half note, be a quarter note, be a quarter rest and a quarter note, be a
Right.
quarter rest. You know, it can be an 8th note, and the rest is rest.
Yeah.
You can kind of. There's not a big difference between a quarter note and an 8th note, though, because dot is dot.
Right.
But you get the picture. You can try some different rhythmic stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
The fourth thing we talked about that you mentioned is alteration. You can get some variety by altering. The problem is that most of the altering we would always do would be on the dominant chord, right?
Right.
Okay, so what is our chord progression here? We're thinking G major, G sharp diminished 7, but that's really E7 flat 9.
Mm-hmm. Right, which is...
It's already altered.
Yeah.
We go A minor, and then we go B flat diminished 7. Well, A sharp diminished 7. That's really F sharp dominant 7 flat 9. It's already altered. In other words,
Yeah.
on the first two measures, alteration isn't going to be one of the things you try to do much because you're not going to alter on the major chord.
Right.
You'd play a major 7 on the minor chord, the 2 chord, but it's probably not the right thing to do here most of the time. I mean,
Okay.
you just don't have alteration as much of a possibility on this.
Right.
But on measures 3 and 4, which we'll do later, we got 2-5, 2-5, and these dominants can be altered up to hilt. So
Right.
we'll use alteration a lot when we go to measures 3 and 4. But for now, try to get the whole framework and then just use measures 1 and 2 and see
Okay.
how many different variations you can get for measures 1 and 2 only. But remember, measures 1 and 2 always include one more note over the bar line.
Okay.
How you're going to get to the B minor.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
All right. I'm feeling really happy about what you've done with the blues. You've done a lot of really good things. I think that you're going to not, I mean, you never lose working on the blues. You know, you work on that your whole life.
Right. Right.
Always more and more ideas to absorb. But we got a good foothold into it, and I would just keep playing it.
Okay.
It seemed like it might have been you. I was telling about Dick Oates when I took a lesson with Dick Oates years ago. And Dick said, every day I come in and I play the blues. That's the first thing I do.
Yeah.
Play blues every day. Gets me in touch with my horn.
Yeah. Yeah. You told me that.
And then I go to work on whatever I'm working on that day.
Right.
You could kind of make that a practice where you play some blues every day and start playing it in different keys and stuff and keep working on it constantly. But then what you want to do is just keep working on new things. And in this case, rhythm changes.
Okay.
So do you still remember the whole framework?
Yeah, I have it all written down, and I have the lesson from last time.
Yeah, okay. So get that framework really, I know you didn't say you had a lot of time this week, but get that framework really ingrained, you know.
Okay, yeah, that'll be my focus this week.
And the focus is going to be how many ways can we vary the framework?
Right, right.
Okay. And we talked about a lot of ways to vary measures 1 and 2 today. That's where you start.
Okay.
But get the framework first. And then next time I want to talk about ways to vary measures 3 and 4.
Okay.
Which is also measures 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So you get most of the A section. I also want to see, if we have time, I want to get to a lot of ways to vary that bebop scale in the bridge.
Okay.
So get the bebop scales down solid in the bridge too.
Okay, I will do that.
I'm going to give you a lot of different variations on that.
Right. Okay, sounds good.
The next lesson will be pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, see ya.
See ya.